Yeah,
I'm eating that right now.
I know. It was nice knowing you.
I'm like I'm like Wesley in The Princess Bride. I've eaten so much of it, I'm immune to it now.
I spent the last couple of years building an immunity to pineapple pizza. They were both poisoned. Both slices of pizza were poisoned. uh,
I'm glad we caught that on stream.
I too am glad that that is a thing that we did. Okay, hello everyone, welcome. I am Plasmaster, and joining me today is my friend Darth Weegee.
So,
We are going to be talking about the next Smash title. Honestly, I really love Ultimate. And yes, we do have another character that we don't know who it is yet that's going to be added to the game. And I honestly think that Ultimate is going to last for a long time. I think it's going to be a while before the next Smash game comes out.
oh yeah.
But I thought this would be fun to discuss anyways. So this is a sort of speculation, but also kind of us talking about what we would personally like to see in the next Smash game. So it's kind of a mix of things that we think are feasible, but also some things that are just on our wish lists. Just because we thought that it'd be a little more fun if we threw in some of our own our own desires for the next Smash game. And yes, thank you, Rand. Yeah, I know the mic wasn't muted.
But then you wouldn't have gotten that awesome, funny
pizza
Plasmaster
joke.
funny moment.
Yeah. Should I make another channel called Plasmaster Funny Moments, like Family Guy Funny Moments? But
Yeah,
I guess it would just be
YouTube
all the same
series.
videos. I would just be uploading all the same videos there. So
I can't believe they made that into a TV show.
oh yeah, it's very ambitious.
Family Guy Funny Moments, the TV show, was a bit of a gamble.
Yeah. So, today we're going to be talking about gameplay and game feel. So that covers like the gameplay of just your, typical Smash Brothers match, but also game modes and features that we would like to see in the next Smash game. And I think that the best place to start with that would, of course, just be talking about how would the game control, like how would that feel?
Because the basis of any game is going to be like what you could do in the game, what you control. So you lay the foundation, and then once that happens, you can start all the more creative stuff, the stuff you actually care about, like the characters and why, like who we think is going to get cut and who will be added. But that's for a later episode.
Yes. Yeah, we're going to be talking roster in a later episode, so but that being said, I would like to point out that we think that they're going to be cutting the roster down by a fair amount for the next Smash title. So
that's just a fact.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see like which characters we each think will come back or should come back. That's going to be an interesting point of discussion for sure. Hey, Rox!
Yo, what's
Welcome
up?
to the stream. And DeAndre the Snake Player as well is his birthday.
Happy birthday, my guy.
Happy birthday. Thanks for stopping by the stream. So, in my opinion, when it comes to just the feel of the game, Ultimate has pretty much nailed it with a few caveats. I really like the way that Ultimate controls for the most part. It just feels really nice to play.
Oh yeah, like it's kind of like that mix between, like, it's fast enough that
I like the pace
you're
of it a
able
lot.
to like it's fast enough that it's exciting and fun, but it's slow enough that you're not like breaking your fingers to play the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly, when Smash 4 was still like the big thing, I thought like, oh, this game, like the speed feels perfect, and then Ultimate came out and proved me wrong.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. And the fact that like damage percentages change depending on the number of players, actually, I wasn't so sure about that change when they first talked about it at E3 2018. But now that I've actually played it, I'm like, I really like it because it helps for all the, it helps for the pacing of matches a lot.
And honestly, I don't notice it, like, to the point I kind of forgot about it until you brought it up.
Yeah, really. Yeah, so I like the way that Ultimate controls. That being said, its buffer system's not great.
Oh, yeah. We can probably go on for a while about that.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten used to it at this point, but there's still the occasional moment where it screws me over.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not alone in that. There are a lot of players who still struggle with it from time to time. So I think that going back to buffer system from Smash 4 would probably be best. Like keep the speed and the control that you have in Ultimate, but just make the buffer system work like Smash 4, essentially, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And
do you know how that works exactly?
The buffer system?
Yeah.
In Smash 4, I believe it was 10 frames before the attack ends, you're able to buffer your next input. In this game, I think that it's actually more generous in this game, which kind of leads to like
hitting your shield and then it, like...
accidentally doing an input. One moment.
The phone really do be ringing. It's okay, fellas. Don't panic. That's a thing called a home phone. Back in the day, you didn't have a screen or anything, so you just, like, hang it on your wall, you put it on your table. It was just a handset. Couldn't play games. You couldn't text. You just pick it up, you go, hello, how are you? And then the phone would, someone would talk in it.
Okay.
And... oh, hi. I was just explaining to them how a handset works.
Yeah. So, where were we? Oh, yes. Yeah, well, I think Ultimate's buffer system is a little more generous, and I think I prefer the tighter feel of Smash 4, and even Brawl's buffer system was better than Ultimate's.
Yeah.
Melee didn't have a buffer system, so... yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that was just, like, a thing that fighting games in general just didn't have back then.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel some games were doing it. I haven't played too many older fighting games, or, like, most of the stuff I played was newer editions of older games. So, like, even if it's, like, Street Fighter 2 or something like that, where it's, like, they might have adjusted the game as time goes on and realized, like, as they learn to kind of, like, make fighting games more smooth and easy to control.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah, and more, like, just more player-friendly, really.
Yeah.
Because a lot of older fighting games, they demand that you break your hands to play them, and that...
depending on the game.
True.
Melee does.
Yeah.
And I think half of the reason Melee does is just because of, like, the fact that you have to do all these crazy
inputs
things with it because they technically weren't put into the game in the first place. Stuff that's kind of become normal for the genre that was just a mistake originally. So the execution's a little higher.
Yeah. And it just I think it was more demanding of players, and so it was harder for even more seasoned fighting game players to get into some of those games back then. I think that things have improved in that regard.
Oh yeah.
As for platforms, because this is a platform fighter.
That makes sense.
I've gotten used to it now, but you've noticed how the platforms, soft platforms in particular, in Ultimate feel a little sticky?
Not especially, no. Maybe I just haven't thought about it.
Okay.
But...
Because that is something I struggled with early on in Ultimate, and it's a problem that a lot of players had early on in Ultimate, and some still have nowadays. I'm looking at you, NME. Yeah. So, there's this weird thing in Ultimate where, like, soft platforms will kind of, like... I don't even really know what it is about them, but they kind of pull characters to them a little bit, and so it can be difficult to run off of them, but also drop through them sometimes.
Right.
Holy
crap, she killed.
Yeah. Again, I've gotten used to it by now, but it is difficult sometimes. And I think that making it like Smash 4 again would also fix that issue. Smash 4 or Brawl.
Right. Believe it or not, Smash 4 had some good ideas.
yeah. I mean, Smash 4 is still a good game, you know?
Yeah. I know, like, there was, like, that era where people were either trashing Smash 4.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, guys, it's... Sure, Ultimate's better, but it's not a bad game in its own right. It's not like Brawl, where, like, the random tripping just, like, ruined one of the biggest things about any game, but in platform fighters in particular, the movement.
Yeah.
Smash 4 didn't have that crap happening.
Yeah.
But then, like, there was also that one era where everybody's like, oh, Smash 4 is better than Ultimate, like, because, like, they were mad about a couple things. It's like, guys, come on.
Yeah.
Just calm down, okay? Like, I understand, like, now you adore Smash 4 because the online bad. But...
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Oh, yeah, I've got, like, a page and a half of stuff. Alright.
Yeah, so I think that... Keep the gameplay overall of Ultimate, but fix a few issues by just going back to what some earlier Smash titles had.
Yeah. There are a couple things that I threw in. A lot of it is aesthetic.
Okay.
But some of it is, like, gameplay stuff. Like, one thing I would love them to do is to make balanced Final Smash meters so that it's more, like, balanced. Because pretty much all they did was, like, as far as I know, they just shifted down a couple numbers and called it a day. Like, there, it's weaker. But, like, balancing it so that you could naturally implement it into, like, competitive play and stuff. Not even necessarily for competitive play, just to make it fair. Like, obviously getting the Smash Ball when you're playing with items just gives you a better version.
Yeah.
But I think supers are cool. Supers in any game are cool. And seeing people pull them off, is like, getting a combo that leads up to a super is awesome. So seeing that in, like, a platform fighter, like, nobody has really gone with the idea of a super baked into the gameplay in any platform fighter, really. Even, like, some of the things like Rivals, Slap City, great, fantastic games, but none of them really explore the idea of doing a super.
Right.
It's a little more difficult to do than in a normal fighting game because there's a lot more emphasis on, like,
movement.
movement in space. So like
Yeah.
having a giant full screen laser is a lot less debilitating in a traditional fighter than in a platform fighter, where you can use said full screen laser to completely shut down their recovery from the ledge,
Yeah.
which is. But I'm sure there are like ways that they can figure out to balance that. I just would love to see that because supers are awesome. That's the long and short of it.
Yeah.
Also, something that the Rivals Workshop community actually came up with, using A and B to activate Final Smashes instead of just pressing the B button.
Because
there are a lot of
great
characters.
idea, actually.
There are a lot of characters that depend on their neutral special to function.
Yeah.
Like for example, Shulk. Like
it is
literally
kind of,
his.
It is kind of annoying that if you get the Final Smash, that you just don't get to use your neutral special anymore.
Yeah.
It severely limits your options. I agree with that.
Like,
yeah.
Some characters, it doesn't hurt as much. Like, if you're playing Rob, it's like, oh, now instead of just a normal laser, I have a giant death laser that goes through the stage.
Yeah.
Adios. But, like, other characters, like Shulk, for example, like, if you're knocked off the stage, you're gonna end up wasting your Final Smash instead of being able to switch to, like, the jump art so that you can recover.
Yeah.
Or, like, if you're Mario and you're trying to zone people out with your fireball, and then all of a sudden you get the big bad fireball.
Yeah.
What else did I do?
I mean,
Taunt.
I don't know about, like, making supers an integral part of the game. I think I like that Ultimate gives you the option to have them or not. I don't know if I would really like it if Smash was like, okay, like, you have to have supers on now. Like, I don't know if I would like that.
Right. Like, I would still think that the option to turn it off would still be there.
Okay. I do agree that they need to be balanced a little better, because there is no reason why I should be at 52% and die just because Zelda got her Final Smash.
Yes.
You know? And that's without the Smash Ball. If she got the Smash Ball, it's even lower. If you're at like 40, you die.
Yes. I want to look at the chat real quick before we continue, because it's popping off a little bit.
Yeah, Iron agrees that Ultimate, or just Final Smashes in general, are kind of meant to be Smash's versions of Supers.
Yeah, that's what I mainly mean. Because, like, it's obvious that's what they were meant to be. And, like, some characters have extra supers. Like, Terry, literally his entire gimmick is that he gets super at 100. But, let's see. Nintendo calculator is making it in. You guys can't convince me otherwise. Rand, 23 is old. Anyway, yeah.
What about ledges in Ultimate?
I think they're fine.
I think they're fine too.
Because I think, like, ledge hogging is a viable strategy, but at the same time, the thing is, when you have ledge steal, you have to work harder to guard the ledge.
Yeah.
And, like, on the one hand, that's kind of like, oh, it makes it easy for the person recovering, but on the other hand, it's like, oh, you can do more than just, like, jump onto the ledge and just sit there. Which, once again, is a viable strategy, but there's a lot less risk to, like, jumping off stage, if that makes sense. No, that doesn't make sense, actually. Never mind, I'm stupid.
Well, I like that, that Ultimate kind of found, like, a good balance when it came to the ledges, because in Melee, you couldn't, you would very clearly grab the ledge sometimes, and the game would just say no, which is stupid. And in Smash 4, it was too easy. You had magnet hands and stuff like that. You could grab the ledge from a mile away. It was ridiculous. So I like that Ultimate has kind of found like a good balance with that.
Yeah.
Speaking of ledges and recovery, thoughts on directional air dodges?
Yes, let me go down to my notes on that. First of all, don't stop. This is just a message to anybody, like any aspiring platform fighter developers. Stop making your air dodges put you in helpless. It's stupid. And like, you could say, oh, there's more risk in doing that. Yeah, but like, debatably, that could make it worse for your recovery, because you do the air dodge, and if you air dodge the wrong way, you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the air dodging in
one of my biggest problems with Slap City.
Yeah, like, I love love Slap City. Fantastic game. Why'd you have to go and do that? Please don't do that in Nick All-Stars.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I never even thought about that.
But one thing I would say is give him a lot less ending lag, because I think, honestly, I'm gonna talk about Rivals for a second. Because Rivals, as far as like some defensive play stuff, did a really good job. It is a significantly different defensive system compared to the Smash series and other platform fighters, but the air dodges were done really well, because the way that they do the air dodges is that it stops your momentum when you air dodge. So you're in the direction you go for a quick second, you're still there. So there's still a chance for, if the opponent is patient, they can still hit you.
Yeah.
Plus, that also makes it more worthy as a recovery option. And some characters could use that. Characters with like more linear recoveries. So like, say you're Fox, and you're closer to the edge, you might need to recover a little high. Your options are like to side B or up B in the ledge, or you could set yourself up in a position so that you can air dodge, drift towards the ledge, and maybe throw out an attack and still have time to recover. So like,
yeah, it's annoying how much end lag air dodges have in Ultimate.
Yeah, like,
so many people have died just because I accidentally pressed the shield button off stage.
Yeah, the buffer system does not help with that.
Yeah.
So something like I think when the E3 footage came out, like, there was that E3 tournament that they did, the Invitational, and I remember specifically Zero at the time, before all the stuff came out about him.
Right.
I was watching him, like, I was kind of split between these players, and I see he's playing Mario, and he air dodges. And I look, and I'm like, wow, that took a bit of a while for him to recover, but it's fine. They'll change that up.
And then
launch day. Launch day, and this is on my launch day stream. You can see it if you scroll. It's like 10 minutes in. I'm testing out the stuff in the trading room, seeing how everything feels. I test out Yoshi because, like, he has the double jump, and then he has the egg throw, which they've kind of made a little more useful as a recovery option as time goes on, but I still wanted to test the air dodge. And I air dodged near that edge, like just above it or under it.
Yeah.
And I remember being shocked by the fact that I could not do anything until I was off screen. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then we realized we're playing a whole nother game now.
Yeah.
In other words, don't do that again.
Are you saying, like, you want the next Smash to have, like, Rivals air dodges?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay,
like,
I can agree with that.
Rivals' air dodge was really well executed.
I would like to say, because you know me and wave dashing, I'm not a fan of it. I would be okay with Rivals air dodges in Smash as long as wave dashing wasn't a thing.
Guess what's on my list?
No wave dashing?
No, yes, wave dash.
Oh no.
It's a matter of personal opinion, but like I enjoy wave dashing and wave landing.
Okay. Well, I like wave landing.
Yeah.
Wave dashing is where I have a problem because I feel like wave dashing, it raises the skill floor too much. I think.
I feel like there's a way you could make it easier, like kind of like what they did with Rivals simplified air dodging. Well, I mean air dodging, it made it good, but it simplifies wave dashing significantly. They adjusted the timing so lower end players could pull it off. I've barely been able to wave dash in Melee. Like I think I can count the number of times I've wave dashed in Melee on one hand.
Yeah.
I do it all the time in Rivals. And here's the thing, Rivals, like, wave dashing in general is just good for spacing. It's like backdashing in, like, another game. It's like, it's a quick way to adjust yourself so you're, like, just out of range of your opponent and then counterattack.
Right.
If we're looking from an execution standpoint, as long as they make it easier, I'm down
I would
for
definitely
wave dashing.
say make it easier.
But it's
here's
probably
a
not gonna
question.
happen.
Here's a question. In Ultimate, they added a thing which is dash canceling. So you can, like, out of a dash, you can use like tilts and jabs and grabs and specials and smash attacks out of a dash. Doesn't that kind of remove the need for wave dashing?
Not especially, because like, wave dashing is a little faster. It eliminates a lot of the startup and ending from like dashing. And if you need to get like a little more, it's mainly for smaller spacing tools. And like it's a lot easier to like position yourself with spacing without the need of extra things like back dashes or air dashes and things like that compared to other fighting games where that goes a much longer way than if those were implemented in Ultimate. So wave dash is kind of like the answer to that, in my opinion.
Okay.
Intentional or no. So like.
Yeah, I mean, when they first did the E3 2018 thing and they were like directional air dodges return, I had this sinking feeling in my gut. I was like, oh no, don't bring back wave dashing. And I was happy they didn't, but I still had that fear for like the first few months of Ultimate's, reveal period, like hype train thing. I was like, are they just bringing back wave dashing? I hope not.
Right.
And I'm not gonna. The one of the reasons I have for not liking wave dashing, I will admit, is a bit petty. It's that.
Is it just you're not?
It's that the Melee community like froths at the mouth and acts so toxic whenever a new Smash game comes out and it doesn't have wave dashing. And that always really annoys me. And I feel like if a new Smash game had wave dashing, it would be like rewarding that behavior. But I don't know.
Right.
It's again, it's kind of a petty reason.
I do understand, kind of. Like, I enjoy wave dashing, but I also realize, like, I think it's a little less rabid these days. But I know,
These
like, the
days it
discussion,
is,
especially
yes.
with when Smash 4 came out, they were like, there's no wave dashing, what the flip?
Yeah, and then like, Ultimate came out, and they were like, directional air dodges, that means wave dashing is back. And then they acted, like, really angry, and like, you know.
And modded the game literally a month after it came out.
Yeah, and they, like, straight up modded the game to have wave dashing. And it's like, come on, really? Like, I don't know. It bugs me.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, I love wave dashing, and I agree, like, just when Smash 4, like, Brawl, it was just, like, the discussion about, like, wave dashing. It's like, you guys know it's probably not going to come back in Smash?
Mm-hmm.
Because they never intended it. And like, don't get me wrong, I love
Yeah.
wave dashing, but we gotta realize that that wasn't what was intended, so they're not going to put it back in.
Sorry, one sec. Look at these win ratios.
Look. Oh goodness.
No. For the next, for the Japanese. Look at this.
Oh my goodness.
How are win ratio? How do you have win ratios that low?
How do you have a 0?
But maybe this is Mario's first time playing the game, so they wouldn't have a win or loss ratio. I don't know, but it's just really funny to me that they would have that low win ratio.
No, but he has like a 2,000. He has a 2 million GSP. Like with GSP, it's
6%
like an average
win ratio. Oh, okay, sorry.
Also,
Went off topic
Crosshair's
for a second there. So, I can agree to wave dashing in the next Smash, but I would want it to be, you know, more balanced. I think make it easier to do. For one thing, so that way, it doesn't raise the skill floor as much.
right.
And maybe, I don't know, maybe do something to balance it, like, you know, you can only cancel it into certain, like, you can only use, like, certain things out of a wave dash, or you can, like, like, when you wave dash and then do an attack, that attack has, like, lessened damage output or something. I don't know. Something like that. Also, that Lucas,
Right.
that Lucas, his win ratio just went up a little bit. 6.1% now.
Whoop whoop.
Good for him.
But speaking of melee originated mechanics, there's something I wanted to touch on. L canceling. But make it more of an automatic thing. I know, like, Project Plus, please don't strike us, Nintendo, we're just using it as an example. Project Plus has an auto L canceling thing, and I think Rivals implemented a similar mechanic where, like, there's more landing lag if you miss an aerial compared to if you hit an aerial, which I think is a fantastic idea. Because, like, it could help with movement and, like, more, like, help with combo strings, make it a little more rewarding
Like,
to land an aerial.
less landing lag if you hit the move.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Yeah.
Okay.
Regardless, that's how I would do it, even if that isn't how.
Yeah,
Rivals.
I like that. That's a good idea.
Because, like, I'd not make it like a button, like it was in Melee. Just make it a natural mechanic that just kind of happens.
Yeah, I like that, actually. That's a good idea.
I have two more things, very briefly. Taunt canceling. Thoughts?
I don't have a problem with it. What I do have a problem with is that it, I don't know if it was a direct or indirect cause, or if it just didn't have any impact at all. But, Bayonetta's taunts in Smash 4 were so good. Why did they ruin them? And
Yeah,
there are some other taunts, like, in this game where it's like, okay, that would be, like, a really cool taunt if, like, it just went on for a little bit longer. So I think bring back some of the longer taunts, but
only make them taunt cancelable?
Just still have taunt canceling. Just, you know, bring back some of the longer ones, just, you know, because those characters, let those characters express themselves, you know?
Right.
Except for attack. This is already a thing where if the taunt has a hitbox, you can't cancel it. I think that's a good.
Right.
I think that's a good feature because, you know, you should You should have to commit if you go for Kazuya side taunt or Luigi down taunt,
Yeah. Actually, there's a couple more things. People running through each other, yes or no?
At first, when I first started playing Ultimate, I was like, this is so weird. I don't know if I like this, but now I honestly don't really notice it all that much. I don't have an issue. I don't really have an issue with it. So I could go either way.
I haven't let people run through each other, but now that I'm thinking about it, and the way you brought it up is like, I guess with certain attacks, you can still go through, but yeah, I guess I'll go either way too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we gotta make up our minds. I do think that not being able to run through them actually does help with certain things, like after a shield break when you want to try to push somebody closer to the ledge so that your attack will kill. It's a way easier to do that in this game than it was in Smash 4. Because in Smash 4, you had to, like, kind of gently, push them over and, like, make sure that you didn't accidentally run through them. But in this game, it's just, go full tilt and you'll just push them to the ledge. No problem.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
I think that was, like, the primary reason I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
Mostly, I guess, like, dashing through people, but...
Yeah. Yay or nay?
Let's go with nay for the sake of argument.
So no being able to run through them?
No.
Okay.
Another thing, going back to attacks, so just working down the notes a little bit, stuff we haven't touched on yet.
We have a lot of notes.
Yeah. One of them I would say is like bring back canceling the first and second part of a jab into other moves. And that was the first note I wrote down in big bold letters.
What do you mean by bring back?
Okay, so in Smash 4, you were able to cancel, like, you were able to do, like, 1-2 of your jab. I think this was something that Little Mac could do, is like 1-2, and then you could go into down tilt. And
Really?
We're going back to yeah, and Rivals does it too.
I did not know that was a thing. I thought that was just a Rivals thing. I didn't know that was ever in Smash.
That was in Smash 4, I'm pretty sure. Like,
really?
Mario, you could do,
okay.
like, 1-2 into down tilt.
Yeah.
I might be tripping, but I'm pretty sure you could. I remember doing that.
Okay.
That was a big complaint that happened when Ultimate initially came out.
Wow.
But I'm pretty sure you could do it in Smash 4. I don't know. I literally have not played Smash 4 since Ultimate came out. Still a good game though.
Yeah.
Gotta give it credit where credit's due.
Okay, yeah. I think that bringing that back would be okay. I think that having, more options is just good.
Right.
So, before, we briefly talked about, like, when we were talking about running through characters, we were, like, talking about how, like, oh, if you shield break somebody, then you can, like, push them to the ledge without any problem.
Right.
So, I want to take the opportunity to talk about shields.
They need to be fixed.
Yes. I think that Smash 4's shields were way too strong.
I can see that.
I think in terms of strength, Ultimate's shields are actually not that bad. I think they're pretty well balanced. But parrying doesn't do anything.
Right, I have a couple notes about that.
Yeah, in previous Smash games, if you perfect shielded something, you could actually do something off of that.
Right.
In this game, not so much. The parry animations are cool. I like the sound effect, and I do like the idea of, actually requiring some skill in order to do a perfect shield. but it doesn't do anything. There are very few attacks in this game where successfully parrying it will actually allow you to punish.
Yeah.
So I think that parrying in particular needs to be...
like, it's a good idea.
Yeah, I like the idea, but it needs to be fixed.
Yeah, like, something I realized when I was thinking about it, like, originally I was going back and forth about what kind of perfect shielding I would want, you know? Because it's like, oh, the punch. But
Yeah.
one thing that I thought about was that the way they do it is just, like you said, it takes a little more skill. And I think the biggest thing that needs to be changed for that is interacting with multi-hits. Like, it needs to be fixed. Yeah, like, I think that you should make it so that, it just nullifies the whole rest of the attack. Like, something like Fox Down Air. Like, you parry one hit of Fox Down Air, you don't need to deal with the rest of it. I gotta stop watching the gameplay.
No, that's good.
But, like, because...
Yeah, there are some...
Especially with, like, how fast they happen.
Yeah, there are some issues with multi-hits, for sure. On shields in particular.
Yeah, I think shield poking needs to be nerfed big time. Like, shield poking is a little too good, and that's half the reason shields are so bad, is because some of them just straight up go through shields. At times. I remember one particular moment, I'm at like 153, my shield is slightly damaged, it's a Bowser Ditto. This is actually on my channel too. I get hit with up tilt, and it ends up killing me.
Yeah.
Now once again, my shield was weakened a little bit, but like, let me see if I'll just pull it up real quick. I'm not gonna put it on stream, but I need to check my timing on it. Or like how big my shield was. Where are you?
Well, how would you recommend solving that problem?
Shield poking?
Yeah. Because I wouldn't change the amount of health that shields have in Ultimate. Or like shield stun. I think that works pretty well. As it is.
Right.
Again, my main issue is with parrying, but I do definitely see what you mean about shield poking and multi-hits.
Yeah, that should have. I'm looking at the footage right now. I should have blocked it.
Okay.
I was at 168. So like on the one hand, you could argue, oh, that's pretty low. Like, it would make sense that you would get shield poke at that high percent. That's still like, if your defensive option can pretty much just be bypassed just because you have high damage. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of dumb, honestly. Like, there are a lot of instances where I'm just sitting there holding shield and like a move just goes through and it kind of messes up stuff. Sometimes cost games.
Yeah.
Like the example I said, that one was the move that lost me the attack that lost me the game. I still think back about that. Every time I think of shield pokes, I'm like, wow, that was stupid. So I don't know how I'd fix it. Maybe like make it so shields are easier to break at higher percents, but I don't really know how to fix it. I just feel like shield pokes are a little too good, if that makes sense. Like, some of the things that poke shield don't really make sense. Like, if they hit you, like if your shield is low and they like hit you with a like they hit you with a low, like a down tilt or something, and your shield is small enough that you still get hit, that's fine.
Yeah.
But like if you have full shield and you get hit with that same down tilt, but it still goes through because, oh, you're at like high damage or something. That just doesn't feel fair.
Right. So I guess what you're saying is like maybe make shields cover your character's hurt box for a little bit longer than in Ultimate. Like not by much, but a little bit.
Enough that
you still have like some options when your shield isn't at completely full, but also enough that you can't just get away with stuff all the time.
Right.
Yeah. On the subject of parrying, though, what I was thinking was either go back to previous Smash titles, the way they handled it, with perfect shields, or Rivals has a pretty good parry system.
That's true. We keep going back to Rivals, but that's just because...
going back to Rivals, but it has good ideas.
Yeah, Rivals is a very good, like, from a competitive standpoint, is a fine-tuned platform fighter machine. It's probably one of the best on the market for... Yeah. If not the best on the market for competitive play. But, anyways. Yeah, that's really... I'm not against the idea of, like, just releasing it. Because, like, some other games that have a parrying system, in particular, like, Street Fighter 3 comes to mind, because I think that was, like, one of the first bigger games that had a parry. Or at least one that it's the first game that was famous for having a parry. Evo Moment 37 is just, like, a giant string of parries.
Yeah.
The way they do it is that you're holding block, and then as they're hitting, you hold forward, which will trigger the parry if you time it right, which is kind of, I think, what they were going with in Ultimate with releasing the shield.
Right.
Because going forward, you drop your block.
Right.
So I think that's what they were going for with Ultimate. It's just that it wasn't balanced as well. Like,
right. Well,
you couldn't really do too much out of it.
Yeah, it doesn't stun or freeze the opponent long enough for you to actually punish off of it.
Yeah. Which is the biggest problem with parrying in this game, is just like, it's not worth the risk.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they made it
98% of the time
risk.
in Ultimate, like, just don't bother parrying. Because blocking is gonna do more for you anyways.
Yeah. Also, maybe...
So I would like for parrying to not be, like, a really strong option, but still be something that's at least worth going for.
High risk, high reward, essentially. Instead of high risk, low reward, like it is in Ultimate.
Yeah.
Let me check the chat real quick. Rand is saying give every character special cancels.
Yeah, he was talking about that in regards to the jab. Jab 1, jab 2, and then doing, like, another move out of that.
Right. Let's see. The jab's got bad nerf. Iron is with you on the, changing Bayo's taunts. And also, Rand says this should bring back the, milk taunt from the,
from
young
Melee?
Link. Yeah, the way they did in Melee.
Yeah.
The one that apparently heals.
I don't think it does. That's
it
a rumor.
It doesn't.
That's something that people joke about. Like, oh, it should heal, but it doesn't.
That'd be a funny little Easter egg, though. Like, maybe like 1 or 2%.
Mm-hmm.
But that's more for discussion on characters, so...
Yeah.
There's one more thing I had for actual gameplay. And this is kind of something I'm gonna have to explain myself, because I need to explain my thinking here. So I like the idea of making smash attacks more like heavies in the way I phrased it in my notes is like make it like heavies in like traditional fighting games. Like essentially, I just want to see it more like used in combos and things like that. Like have moves that lead up to it, and like as your percent goes up, it's a lot harder to get into those, which is something that happens in general. But it was something that happened when I was playing Melee. One thing that you could do at lower percents with Falcon is that you could do the Raptor boost and then like almost immediately go for an up smash and it'll hit, which I thought was really cool. And I was like, I would not mind if they just made that a thing, and obviously nerf it as like not nerf it, but like as it goes as you go on in the fight, it's just harder to do that, which would make logical sense because it's a platform fighter. The whole point is that the more damage you take, the faster you fly away.
Yeah.
So that's just a random idea I had.
Actually,
yeah, I think
that actually reminds me. What are your thoughts on the quote-unquote balloon knockback that they have in Ultimate?
I'm not sure how that works, actually. That's something I'm not familiar with off the top of my head. Explain it to me like I'm 5.
Basically, it just... You know how slow characters would fly away after getting launched in Smash 4?
Right. Yeah.
Balloon knockback essentially just refers to Ultimate having knockback being like really fast, where a character will like fly to the point where they are no longer suffering knockback really quickly. Like you launch somebody and they're like already where you launched them to really quickly.
I don't mind as much. Maybe I just haven't noticed.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't really think about it.
I thought it was going to be really strange when I first played Ultimate, but now I really like it a lot.
A lot of it, I feel that was more of an aesthetic change. Just like I don't mind it at all.
Yeah, I think it helps. I think it helps with the pacing a lot.
Yeah. Oh, there's one more thing. I didn't put it in my notes, but I just had a thought. Oh, are you done with this one, by the way?
No, I think I covered that.
Okay. There was something that I found out while I was doing my research for this. And one of the things I noticed is that, like, with spikes, they make it so that you die as soon as you are off screen instead of reaching the bottom blast zone in Ultimate.
Really?
I don't know if they... Yeah.
Huh.
So, like, I don't mind the idea personally, because in most cases you're going to be dead anyway if you're getting spiked at, like, 50 with a, like, getting down air. So it's, like, it's not that... It's honestly less... A little less time spent trying to recover from, like, a hopeless situation.
Yeah.
So I just was wondering if you had any thoughts on that, because personally I don't mind.
Well, I didn't even know it was a thing. I don't have an issue with that. I think that, again, that can help with the pacing in some cases.
Yeah.
Stale dodging. They introduced that in Ultimate.
I'll be honest, I didn't notice too much, but then again, that's also because I've rolled a lot less.
Yeah.
I've learned to kind of, like, mix up my movement a little bit and not just depend on rolling constantly from one side to the other. And I'm not saying increase it or anything, it's probably fine the way it is.
I think it's fine the way it is, yeah. I think that having it in the game is so nice, because for 4 years I played on For Glory, where roll spamming was the meta, and it wasn't fun.
Indeed. They should...
Yes, I think stale dodging should stay in. As for, I'm still kind of on the topic of shields and, like, I guess just defensive options here. Shield dropping. It was a thing in I think it was in Melee originally, but it's in Brawl and Smash 4 as well. And then they removed it in Ultimate, or at least made it very difficult in Ultimate.
What do you mean by shield dropping? I was not familiar with it.
So if you're on a soft platform and you put up your shield, you're able to tilt the stick down, like, just enough that your character can drop through the platform without putting their shield down first.
I see.
So they can go straight from being in their shielding animation into dropping through the platform. In Ultimate, you have to release the shield, let the shield go down, and then drop through. Or you can do a shield drop, but the stick movement you have to do is super tight. It's very it's not forgiving at all. It's very precise. And again, I think the more options you have, like, the better. I think that shield dropping should be easier than an Ultimate.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, I never really noticed. Maybe it's just because that was something that I wasn't, like, super invested in competitive Smash at the time, so I didn't really think about it. I'm mostly just like, oh, there's a tournament, I'll play in the tournament. It's only really now that, like, these more advanced mechanics and, like, frame data and stuff is something that I'm concerned with.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Ultimate frame data is something special.
It is. Also, something they added in Ultimate was grab clashing.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
Which I think it's great. I think it's really cool. And I think they added this in Smash 4, but it's still in Ultimate. They have the grab timer, which prevents chain grabs.
Right.
And I like that addition a lot.
I like that. I'll be honest. I would like it reduced, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So, like, you could still go for chain grabs, but, like, or a little more, or, like, listen, I just want to do, I just want to, like, throw my opponent and then grab, I don't know, there's, like, a part of me that's, like, I'm okay, I'm not against the idea of chain grabbing, just, like, or, like, just make the timing a little tighter so it's, like, not real chain grabs, but, like,
yeah, like, it's not so that it's not, like, a true combo, but if you get the read right, then you can get another grab.
Yeah.
Is essentially what you're saying. Yeah, I think I'd be okay with that. And that's, hang on, let me check. I think that's really all the notes that I have about actual gameplay.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I have some presentation stuff about gameplay, but, like, we can say that for, like, when we actually get to that.
Oh, I actually did have this thing where I said, okay, and this is very, this is very situational.
Okay.
Make suicide moves fun again.
Yes.
The way that I would suggest doing it is that, like, okay, say Ganondorf flame chokes you at ledge and you're both falling down. I think that your damage percentage should determine who dies first. If Ganon has if Ganon has more damage and the two of you go down, he should die first. If the opponent has more damage, though, then they should die first. If
yeah,
it's
and it should
equal,
also be
then I don't know.
I think a stock thing should also be taken into account with that. No, actually, I don't think it really matters if you're going for a stock lead.
Yeah.
But, like, I think it's like, oh, if you have less stocks than the guy you're flame choking, then they die first. I don't know. But, like, I feel like stocks should also take into account. That's what I did for that one custom moveset, actually. The one character had a suicide move.
Yes. Yeah.
I was going like, I cracked the code. I did it. Suicide moves are fun again.
Yeah.
What's up, Luigi the Octoling? And Rand, I'm not a melee apologist. I just want everybody to be friends.
Okay.
I actually do have a comment on Echo Fighters Chris at some point, but I'm not sure where when to do that.
I think we can wait until we talk about characters to talk about Echo Fighters.
Right, yeah.
Alright, so...
The rest of my notes about gameplay would mostly be aesthetic stuff.
Same here. Let me see. I like 8-player Smash. 8-player Smash should come back. It's fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm down for that.
I only ever play it with computers, but it's fun.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if I had more friends who lived nearby, I would definitely be playing 8-player Smash all the time.
Yeah. So there's some family friends of ours that introduced me to Smash, actually. And what we'd do is we'd bring the Switch over to their place on New Year's Eve, and we would get all these multiplayer Smash stuff. Usually it'd only be around 6 or 7 due to a lack of controllers. Mm-hmm. But still, you get 7 players all just randomly throwing attacks around, hoping that no one that they don't die first.
Yeah.
And it's something else, man.
Yeah, it's
Actual Smash is fun.
I played some, this was in Smash 4, but I played some 8-player Smash at SmashCon, and oh my gosh, nice. that was a blast. That was a ton of fun. And NME was the only other person who was playing the 8-player Smash that I actually knew. Everybody else, I had no clue who they were.
Yeah.
But it was great. It was fun. It was a good time. So visuals and aesthetic stuff. I really like a lot of the UI in Ultimate. I think it looks great.
Right, yeah.
They have the diamond thing for the player HUD in game. They have the little diamond shape and then the character's portrait inside of it. And I like that a player's tag will replace the character's name, because it's if you picked the character, you already know their name. So having the player's tag on there, it just, I don't know, it adds a little bit of personalization to it, and I really like that.
Right, especially if the tag is your mom.
I go back to Smash 4 now, and I see the UI is squares, and everything it looks so dull.
Yeah.
You know, it looks so wooden, I guess would be the word I would use for it.
Yeah. Kind of try to be experimental, but that awkward thing between just getting crazy with the design and being minimalist.
Yeah.
And it's just this awkward thing that Ultimate kind of just spiced it up a bit, gave it a lot more energy.
Yeah.
There's a lot to say about just the menu and UI designs for Ultimate.
Yeah.
Even compared to some of its fellow Nintendo games. Odyssey's UI, it's fun sometimes, but other times it's just kind of boring. And I love Odyssey. It's a great game. But one of the things that bothered me the most is some of the menus are just boring compared to some other stuff in the Mario series or just other games on the Switch.
Yeah.
But Smash kind of has that finds that happy medium where it's modern and sleek, but also has a lot of energy and creativity in it.
Yeah.
Which is something that's just generally not easy to do these days, but...
A lot of Ultimate's, like, aesthetics and style, I mean, it just screams Persona 5. And you know why. You know why. It's because Sakurai
Indeed.
played Persona 5, and he was like, damn, this is cool.
Yeah.
I should do this for the next Smash game. And so he did.
Yes.
And then he was
Persona
like, hey,
5.
Nintendo, can I put the funny Persona 5 man in Smash Brothers because I love that game? And Nintendo said yes.
Yeah, Persona 5 honestly just, like, has one of the best looking menus in the industry right now. Just in general, like, as far as its graphic design goes, like, the game itself is still, from what I've seen, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Everything about it just looks fantastic, but
yeah. I mean, just
the highlight
the
is
menus
definitely just
have
the
character.
menus.
They have character.
It's like one of the best parts of the game,
Yeah.
hands down. Like, Persona in general is just strong with it in general, but like Persona 5 takes it to like the next level, like industry standard level. Like, this is what you all need to do with your UIs now.
Yeah, honestly, I would not be surprised if, like, in game design classes, they started, within the next few years, they started using Persona 5's menus and UI as like, standards for, like, hey, this is what good UI looks like. I would definitely do that
if I had to teach a class.
Yeah. You know, so I really like I just like the way that the menus and everything looks in Ultimate. And that's not even bringing up just the little visual stuff that they have in-game. The kill flashes are some of the coolest things.
Yes.
They're so cool! When you land a kill flash, it's honestly kind of satisfying. You know, I go back to Smash 4 now, I'm like, okay, cool. I killed the guy. Whatever. In this game, I kill it and there's flair to it. You know?
It's like,
that makes me feel like,
this,
oh yeah, I did that.
Yeah. The funniest thing is, like, when there's moves that really shouldn't kill, but you, like, make it kill. Like, one of the funniest things is just seeing Rob Fair with the kill flash.
Steve Jab with the kill flash. I got that on Laz once on video. It was so funny. It was amazing. Yeah, I love just, I just love the visuals in Ultimate. I think that if they don't come back, then they should just somehow be improved upon. Somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how they would do that, but, you know, if there's a way, then make it happen.
Yeah, there are, like, two aesthetic things that I would do, that are more improvements than anything, because, like, the way it is right now is just really good, and even the stock icons are just gorgeous. Like, if you're watching, like, the stream right now, if you notice, my icon is there, and I based that off of Luigi's icon, because it was just such a pretty-looking icon, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then the two things that I would change about, not so much change, but add on to Ultimate is one is more cinematic throws, kind of like Kazuya's. Maybe transition them in a little smoother in terms of like switching to
I had a note
cinematic.
about that actually. I didn't say throws, but I just said like add some dynamic camera angles to certain attacks.
Some things, yeah, like here we go. I'm gonna bring it up. I'm just gonna say, Guilty Gear Strive does a really good job with this.
It does. It does.
Like, you hit the Potemkin Buster, and they don't just like what they did in the previous game is like they just followed him up and then down. It just does not have that much power. It's kind of boring. Still a good game, but Strive though, you pick that up. It like looks up a little bit to see him set it up. He flies in the air, and it doesn't follow him. It just looks up, so you get this sense of, like, he's really high up, he's in the air, and when he's coming down, that character he's holding is gonna feel it in the morning.
Yeah.
And then he comes down in this explosion, you're looking down on him, and then he just chucks you, and you go back to just the normal gameplay again. But you're not just seeing, oh, he just did a command throw. It's like, oh my gosh, this guy is about to break my spine.
Yeah. And you do get a little bit of that in Smash with certain... I mean, with Kazuya's throws, of course, but also with certain Final Smashes that have...
Yeah.
And like Meta Knight's Final Smash. It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes when he hits you with the final slash, there'll be this cool camera angle where it shows it like looking over his shoulder as he hits you, and that's really cool. I like that, you know. I think Cloud has like some cool camera angles in his final smash, and like there are some final smashes that.
Shut up! Shut up! Single man.
There are some other Final Smashes that also have that, and I think that maybe adding that into certain attack, not you know, it would get annoying and old if it was too many attacks that it happened with.
Yeah.
But I don't know, something like the Falcon Punch. With the Falcon Punch, give us a dynamic camera angle for that, you know? Something like that would be cool.
Or like the Marth's shield break, like you zoom in behind Marth as you see the shock of the opponent's face as their defenses have been completely dismantled.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they kind of do that in like you said, they do some of that in Ultimate, but like kind of mess around with it a little more. Like
go like lean harder into it. Not too much, but a little bit.
Tekken kind of has a thing that they do with certain hits. Like if one is just going to miss somebody, but another attack is going to hit, they will slow down the camera as the two attacks are coming.
Yeah.
And then they'll speed it up as soon as like the opponent gets hit. Like the person that's gonna get hit gets hit. Like something like that.
Everyone in the chat is wondering why you suddenly started screaming, Darth.
Wait, did you guys not hear the motorcycle?
I heard something like rumbling. I thought it was like a refrigerator or something.
No.
It's possible they didn't hear it because of the music.
Yes.
Yeah, there was something in the background making noise, and Darth was yelling at it. That's all it was, guys. He wasn't yelling at me.
Yeah. Oh, Rand actually described the Pop Buster perfectly. In Rev 2, you go up and then you go back down. Strive, you will never see your family and friends ever again, which is a good description. And I feel like Smash could use a little bit more character like that.
Yeah.
And like, don't get me wrong, aesthetically, it still looks great. And like, some of the zoom-ins right now, it's a good start. But like, make it so that when you get hit with like Bowser's side B, you get that feeling like you'll never see your family and friends again.
Yeah, when he lands, you know, have a...
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I would like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah. The other aesthetic thing I would do is like more dynamic character entrances. And I'm going back to like traditional fighting games, things like Arc System stuff like Strive, Grand Blue. They need to put Lil Wayne in Smash just so we get Lil Wayne huddles with every character.
Oh my gosh, that would actually be amazing.
That would be. But like in all seriousness,
we forgot
like
to make
stuff
the pie.
Like
You know, like
I love those characters.
They do a huddle against Mario, and it's like, wow, this guy sure likes his spaghetti, huh? I think he'd prefer having a delicious cake baked for him instead. You know?
Yes, please.
Something like that. That'd be cool. That'd
like
be
even if it's just some voice clips to the voice actors just getting together and doing that, that would just be amazing.
Yeah.
ProZD actually did something with he voices Vasaraga,
right?
And like you know that, but like
yes.
It's for the audience that like the two people that know Grand Blue besides like us and Rand, and I think Karasu plays Grand Blue. But anyway, point is, like ProZD voices Vasaraga, and he's like, he did a funny little video where he dubbed over one of the entrance animations with his own line. And it was in regular ProZD fashion. It was funny.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
But like, it doesn't need to be like every character. I'd like little entrances like that in Smash. It doesn't need to be like every character needs to have like a voice line that they talk with each other, and you don't even need to like zoom in at once for every character. You could do like a split screen thing and see each entrance coming in, and then like kind of split up into the main fight and then start the countdown. I'm thinking things like, you know, in Mario 64 when Mario comes out of the warp pipe.
No.
Like, okay, so in the beginning of Mario 64, a Lakitu flies in with this camera. You zoom into his point of view. This warp pipe comes outside of Princess Peach's castle, and then Mario jumps out of it. Kind of to show, hey, and back then it was kind of like to show, hey, look, this is 3-dimensional. Look what we can do. But like something like that recreated in Smash could be a very interesting entrance animation.
That would be cool. Yeah, I think that, considering some of the stages that might not work great.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, like Flat Zone. You know, if Flat Zone,
no, I forgot about
with
Flat
the characters
Zone
being 2D, that sort of thing wouldn't work for a stage like that. Yeah.
I forgot 2D stages exist.
I think that's a cool idea, but I don't know. I think that changing some entrance animations would be cool, but not changing how they function now too much either.
Yeah, like, now that I think about it, like, you could get away with doing some of the less dynamic camera stuff in Flat Zone with, like, normal attacks and stuff, but
yeah,
not entrance animations, and now I'm sad.
Yeah.
Can we get an F in the chat for my hopes and dreams?
So, Ultimate also added a couple other things, like the off-screen radar and the score display in 1v1s.
I like the score display.
I love
it's kind of a nice little...
both of them. I think they're great quality of life
Actually,
changes.
kind of like when I'm doing multiplayer and I kill somebody, I'm like, okay, let's see how many stocks everybody's got. Where is it? Where's the... where's the
thing?
I gotta look down the hill. The radar, personally, I wouldn't care if it was gone or not, because I barely used it. And not to say it's a terrible idea, it's just that it's more of a personal thing at that point, where it's like, I barely used it, but I can't just generalize and say, oh, because I didn't use it, that doesn't mean that other people use it.
Right.
Like, the majority of people use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay either way with, like, the radar being in or not. I probably just wouldn't really pay too much attention to it, except for, like, very specific circumstances. Because it feels like the ring...
It is a situational feature, but I still like it for the times where I do remember, like, it's there and decide to, you know, make use of it.
Right.
So... I think that, player-specific kill flashes would actually be a really cool thing.
Explain.
So, in Ultimate, when you get a kill flash, it's red. It's always red.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
But if you're player 2 and your color is blue, or if you're on blue team and your team color is blue, then maybe the kill flash should be blue instead, and yellow for yellow and green for green and so on and so forth. I think that something like that would be really cool.
That would be cool. The only problem I could see with that is that they also do kind of use the blue for more of the
slow-mo attacks.
Like, yeah.
They do.
But then again, depending on how you modify, like, the more dynamic stuff, you could
get away with that.
Yeah, potentially get away with, like, maybe even making that color specific and be a little less flashy version of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I think that would be interesting.
Yeah. I also have a note about like adding a little, and this is kind of going more into sound design. When you reach 100%, I would like if there was a subtle ping sound effect that goes off. It not so much that it's, you know, distracting or annoying, but enough to let the players know, like, hey, you're over 100%. You know, so you might want to play a little bit more carefully. I think that would be really, and in 8-player matches, it might not be as useful because so much stuff is going on that you'll hear the ping. You'll be like, I don't know who the ping is for. But in one-on-ones, you know, the ping goes off and you just got hit. It's like, okay, I know that means that I'm the one over 100%. I think that would be a pretty nice QOL change because, or not necessarily change, but addition.
Yeah.
Because, and I don't know, I might be in the minority here. I don't really look at the damage percentages when I play.
I check on them.
I'm a very instinctual player. I don't look at the damage percentages too often.
Is that why you have them off in Rivals? Over the head damage things?
Oh, yeah. Instead, I just think, like, okay, what percent do I think I'm at right now based on how much I've been hit? And how much damage do I think the opponent is at right now based on how much I've hit them?
Right.
So, I think that having, like, a little ping would be, like, a nice thing where it's like, okay, like, I haven't looked at the damage percentages in a while, but now I know I'm in trouble, you know, potentially. Terry kind of already has that ping, actually, because he has Go Sauce, and that has a little sound effect that plays when he, you know, gets Go Sauce. So, I think that something like that, but for, like, all the characters, and it's just standardized. It's not like a character-specific thing.
Right.
You know, just a little ping, and it's like, okay, I'm over 100. Yeah. I don't know. That's cool. Something I would like. How do you feel about Smash Ultimate's sound design, actually?
I think it's fine. I don't really think about it too much.
Mm-hmm. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, pretty much every attack with the sound sells how hard the attack hits.
Yeah. When I first heard Ultimate sound design, I was a little hesitant at first, but over time I've like just before it released, it kind of grew on me a bit, and honestly, I appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
Yeah, I think that it gives moves just the proper punch that they need. You know, like there are certain moves that just feel so satisfying to land, and it's in greater part because of their sound design.
Yeah.
And that covers, you know, voice acting as well. You know, like, for instance, Roy. Just using him as an example because he's on the screen right now. When you get hit by a Roy Flare Blade, like, that voice acting sells it, man.
Dude, like...
You know he put all of his energy into that attack.
Yeah, like, he knew, like, he knew he had to live up to the original on top of all that. It was like, dude, I'm okay with it. Like, at first, like, some of it is just like, but like when he goes crazy with the voice acting, wow, like that off-screen KO,
Yeah.
that star KO scream.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that the sound design should.
Sound designs.
Yeah, I think the next Smash game should keep with this same quality of sound design.
Like, I would say some attacks, like, bring some sounds over from
other games.
From like base games and stuff. But
yeah,
other
like
than
Street
that,
Fighter or Fatal Fury or
like little
Final
things.
Fantasy. Yeah, but I like those. Those are again. Those give some extra character.
Yeah. So we were talking about parries earlier with perfect shielding. The unique sound that Ryu and Ken have with their parries are actually the parry sounds from Street Fighter 3.
Yeah,
There's
and
a fun
it's
little
so crunchy,
Easter egg
but I
for
love
you all. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's made in the 90s.
Yeah, but it's good. I like it.
Yeah, it's really nice.
You know? I mean, games from the 90s and even the 80s, you know, they still had good sound design. I've been playing Super Metroid for the first time. Oh my gosh, that sound design.
The game is aged
It's
very
so good.
well.
It has
like
aged
fine
super
wine.
well. I could gush about that. I don't want to go off on a tangent though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're already going for like an hour and a half, and we haven't even gotten online yet.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten to the game modes yet. So stage morph. I don't know how many people. I don't know how many people really use stage morph, but I personally love it. I think it's a lot of fun.
Good. I haven't played much on it because like most of my stuff is online. You can't really do it online. Maybe they'll figure it out.
I was gonna say
if
you could play stage morph online, I would be playing stage morph online all the time.
Yeah, like let's assume like since we're doing sort of an ideal thing, let's assume that they have the technical capability at this point to figure out how to make stage morph work online.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Stage morph is fun. Maybe like you want to go a little crazy, maybe throw in like 3 stages on occasion.
Maybe.
If you want to get super crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have them just like rotate at random times. You're just like playing on Palutina's Temple, and all of a sudden you're on small battlefield.
Yeah.
Wasn't there that like the one Smash style clip you had where like
we were playing on Hyrule Temple, I think, and like I ran into the middle of the screen because it was stage morphing to Brinstar, and everybody, all the computers just couldn't make it, and they all died, and the game ended.
It was hilarious.
It was very funny. And I actually had another clip like that in a recent Smash style. Actually, no, it's not recent. It's going up next week.
Hey, stay tuned, fellas.
Yeah. Where I don't remember what stage Big Goof and I were on, but he was I don't remember who he was, but I was Zero Suit Samus, and I grabbed him, and we were in the very middle of the screen. I grabbed him, I start pummeling, and the stage morphs into Gowar Plain, which has a big chasm in the middle of it. I'm up a stock, so I don't care. I'm just like, all right, we're going. This is how you're going out, bud. And so I just grab it, and I keep pummeling him so that he can't escape, and we just stage morph and go right into the chasm and both die, and I win. And stuff like that is really fun.
Yeah.
You know? It's just funny.
By the way, if you're watching the footage, this is why Doubles has Team Attack on.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, back on track.
Mm-hmm.
That is funny, though. Anyway.
I think because Rivals, again, I'm bringing up Rivals. Rivals has a random character switch, and Smash has so many characters that I don't know if you could really do the same thing, but I would like it to be a thing, because I would love to be able to pick random without like knowing that I will never get Yoshi.
Wait,
Like,
they
that
have a
would
random
just-
character switch in Rivals?
Yes. In Rivals,
not
they have a
know
random
that.
character switch. You can pick random, but turn off certain characters, so you'll never get them in random.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and I think I would like the same thing to be done in Smash Brothers.
Right.
I just think it'd be a nice, again, a nice quality of life thing, I think.
Yeah.
Another idea I had. On the character select screen, I think it would be cool if when you hover over a character's box, they kind of, like, pop out of it a little bit. Like a sort of 3D-ish effect. Like their portrait will, like, pop out of the box a little bit. And for certain characters, they might even have, like, certain parts of their body, like, pop, or like things that they're holding, like, pop out of the box. You know, like,
right.
Meta Knight's sword is, like, sticking out of the box now when you hover over it, and then when you go away, it goes back in. And when you actually when you actually put your token down, I think that it should go back to being in the box. I just think it'd be a cool little visual thing.
Be fun.
Yeah. I think that's...
I don't really have anything else left for aesthetic
Yeah,
stuff,
I think that's all
really.
I got. I think that's
Like, I
that's everything.
think, like, for game settings, I pretty much just like, yeah, no changes, it's fine how it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like that you can make rule sets in Ultimate. I think that's a really cool change. I also... I wasn't so sure about, like, picking the stage before you pick characters, but I do like that. One thing that I would say, though, is leave the player tokens on the characters after a match.
That would be
like,
nice.
I don't always want to change my character after a match. If I wanted to do that, I would probably just pick random. You know, it's annoying that, you know, and it only does it on it only does it offline.
Yeah.
But, you know, I play with my brother sometimes, and he and I'll pick our characters, and like he'll pick Link, and I'll pick, like, I don't know, Robin, and we'll go into a match, and then we'll come back, and we have to repick our characters, and that's a little annoying. You know, I prefer to be able to just be like, okay, the character tokens are right where we left them. He's Link and I'm Robin. If I wanted to change it right now, I would. Let's press start and get right back into the game. You know, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I do like just the amount of customization when it comes to you know, rule sets. Like, just being able to have, like, pre-made rule sets instead of having to select and change the rules every time you know, boot up the game. It's honestly really nice.
Yeah.
So I think next we would talk about game modes, but are we running out of time?
It's around 10 o'clock on my end.
Yeah.
You go. What time? How long have we been going? I guess, like, real quick, if you want, we can talk about, like, multiplayer stuff and then save, like, single player and online stuff for the next stream, if that's alright with you.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, yeah. I don't have too many notes, like, about single player stuff. It's just little things here and there. I mean, the multiplayer stuff, because there's a couple. Let me find my... Yeah. So I did like the fact that they made stamina its own, game mode instead of a part of Special Smash.
Yeah.
I think it's fine, like the time, stock, and stamina stuff is alright. You know, sometimes you don't realize you have something good until it's gone, and that's just coin battles. Like, I didn't really do many coin... Yeah, I enjoyed coin battles, they were fun.
I played coin battles once, and it was in Brawl. And it was like 11 at night, and I was bored. I was bored out of my mind.
We didn't play coin battles too much, but we did play it every once in a while. It was fun.
Okay.
I'm okay with, like, the way that they did it, but there's one thing I would change about coin battles. I don't know if you remember at all, but they're like these dollar bills.
Yeah.
That would be like the biggest currency. I would just say take those out. Replace them with like diamonds or something if you want to do something higher than the gold coins. Because that just
yeah.
The different gravity does kind of throw it off a little bit. I also had a thing that like make the coins different currencies from different series, but in hindsight that's probably not the best idea. It's probably just easier to have a universal thing.
So you want to bring back coin battles?
I do, yes.
Okay.
Just for the heck of it. I don't know if I would play it, but
someone will, maybe.
Yes. Big Chunks, yes. Luigi the Octoling. I think that was supposed to be Big Chungus, but that's okay. I like it. I just like it just the way it is.
Most of the notes I have about game modes are single-player game modes, or at the very least, they're just like two-player co-op. I think one significant one that I have here, and I don't know if you've played it, but Smash Run.
Yes, bring it back.
I
played it a couple times on like Chris's
Smash
3DS,
Run.
but like Smash Run is just really good.
Smash Run made up the bulk of many a road trip for me.
Yeah.
I got every single collectible in Smash 3DS on road trips from playing Smash Run. It was an absolute blast.
Yes.
It was so much fun.
I don't think like
One
I would
thing
make
that-
too many changes to the mode.
One thing that I think they should add is the ability to encounter other players on the map.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how, like, one of the things that, like, Smash Run is very similar to was City Trial, in fact, it's pretty much Smash City Trial is what Smash Run is.
I'm pretty sure that when they first
Kirby,
revealed Smash Run, Sakurai was like, oh, you know, this is like Kirby Air Ride City Trial, and they, like, show footage of City Trial on the screen when
like,
he says that.
Even the...
They're not
like,
shy
even the
about
icons,
the inspirations that it has.
Yeah, even, like, the icons are similar, if not the same.
Yeah.
Like, just slightly updated versions of the one from City Trial. And you can encounter each other and beat each other up in City Trial. So that'd be a fun thing to do in, One thing I would say is, like, just give it a new map, kind of just, like, update it a little bit. And add a couple of extra enemy types from series that are new to kind of
50% of the enemies in Smash Run were enemies from Kid Icarus Uprising, and it's because Sakurai is like, ah, yes, I love Kid Icarus Uprising. And then it's like, wait a minute, you're the guy who made it. You know, it's like that video that I think it was Luke Correa, Luke Corella. Or
I know
Correa.
exactly the video you're talking
where
about.
that
was the first thing that came to mind.
Where he's like, where like Derek Cage or whatever. David Cage was like, you know, Detroit Become Human was like the most amazing gaming experience that I've had this year, and it's like, wow, thanks for your opinion, David Cage, the creator of Detroit Become Human. It has that same energy.
Yeah, really.
And it's like, yeah, Kid Icarus Uprising is a really great game, but, you know, I want more variety in the enemies in Smash Run. I don't want every enemy I encounter to be, look, it's an Uprising thing.
Yeah. And it's not just like an asset flip of sorts. Because when you think about it, though, he just made Uprising. There happens to be a lot of models from Uprising lying around.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it would have been easy for them to, you know, for the 3DS version of the game, just reuse models they had from
I'm pretty
Uprising.
sure Sora worked on both Smash and Uprising, so they just have the files on their computer. They just, like, port them over.
That's fair. It probably saved them time. Yeah.
And then you could add, like, a couple of, like, things like Final Fantasy enemies, Dragon Quest slimes.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Like,
I had like a whole list several years ago. I had like a whole list of ideas for like new enemies that they could add to Smash Run. I think I had like a couple of Fire Emblem enemies on there, like, you know, like a Dark Mage from Fire Emblem, and like they use different spells and, you know, stuff like that.
I think Fire Emblem enemies would probably be a lot more of a possibility just because of how much Nintendo is pushing Fire Emblem the past few years.
Yeah,
like from Heroes onward, it's just been like this massive push to make Fire Emblem a household name like Metroid and Zelda.
And I mean, it has. Fire Emblem has become one of Nintendo's most successful franchises, and that makes me really happy because, you know, the series was on its deathbed, you know? And I love Fire Emblem. It absolutely deserves to, you know, be as successful as it is.
Yeah. Look, Karasa's got a very interesting suggestion, which I think, like, supersedes everything, all the opinions we've had so far. Just make Smash a 100-player battle royale, easy money. And he's right. He's right. I'm like...
Yeah.
So the Smash Brothers is now a battle royale. Thank you for your money.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really all I had to say about Smash Run. You did bring up Special Smash briefly earlier, and
I have no changes to Special Smash. Like, I tried to think of, like, different things that you could do, but, like, I couldn't really think of anything. And I feel like that's something, like, once we, like, tackle items, that would be easier to come up with and just come back and be like, oh yeah, we can add this status effect and that status effect. But
well, here's the thing. Can I get a show of hands in the chat? I know this isn't, like, a huge group to pull from, but can I just get a show of hands in the chat? Who has ever played Special Smash in Ultimate?
I think I played it.
I have, but only once and for video.
I didn't play it for a video, but I did play it, like, once.
Yeah. But you barely ever play it, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I just,
but I mean,
don't...
It's still
it's
there,
a cool
though.
idea. And it's been around for a long time, but I don't know if that legacy is enough to warrant it still being in when nobody ever really touches it. I guess it wouldn't really be a whole lot of work to bring back Special Smash, since most of it is just, you know, item status effects, but applied for an infinite number of time during the match that you're currently playing. So it's probably not hard to bring back Special Smash, but I just don't really see the point of it.
We've got mostly blank stares in the chat, with the exception of Luigi the Octoling, with a very passionate "No!" By the way, if that's not how you sound Luigi the Octoling, I am sorry, but that is just my scream of passion to the heavens. Iron thinks he might have played it. Yeah, I just put no real changes.
Okay.
Smashdown, Squad Strike, and Tourney mode. I was just yeah, come on back. No real big changes to that. They're pretty fine the way they are right now, and they're fun modes.
Yeah, I like them, but I didn't write any notes on them. Just because I had notes on so many other modes that I thought it'd be a bit much to bring back all this other stuff that I'm thinking of, like Smash Run and, all this other stuff, and also have Squad Strike and Smashdown return. I like Smashdown and Squad Strike. I don't play them super often, but
yeah, and
I've played them more than Special Smash,
Stuff outside of single player that I have. There's an additional thing that I can mention later, but things yeah, there's just a bunch of other stuff I could mention later.
Yeah.
In the next episode, just some kind of remaining things the rest of the offline stuff that we didn't get to, and the single player, because I have a couple extra offline things, or just general gameplay stuff that didn't really have a chance, a place to put it in. But we are out of time at this point. So, any final thoughts?
There was one thing that I wanted to bring up, but if it might take a bit of explaining. So if we're out of time, then
we can go over that real quick. We could real quick do that. See you, Luigi.
So.
Oof, dominance. Oh, the teabag? Bruh.
So... Trophies. Something that Smash has had for a while is, little collectible things that represent different characters or items or whatever from various series. In earlier Smash titles, just series, like Nintendo series, but starting in Smash 4 and kind of getting into Ultimate, branching out into lots of gaming series, Ultimate has Resident Evil spirits.
Yeah.
Why? I'm not complaining, but it's just it's cool, And I definitely see Sakurai's point that trophies took a lot of time to model, and so it required a lot of resources to make them. I could totally see that. Stickers were in Brawl, and those were also a really cool little collectible, but most people didn't really use them for what they were intended to be used for, which is buffing characters in Subspace Emissary. Most people just collected them, and then that was it. And then Ultimate had, spirits, which isn't the same kind of idea of a collectible thing like previous Smash games, like stickers and trophies. It's trophies, yeah, there's something you can win in real life. Stickers, yeah, there's something you can put in your scrapbooks in real life. Spirits! You can go to the graveyard.
Haven't you ever gone to the graveyard?
Yeah. And this is an idea I've had for a while now, and I'd really like to see it put into a mainline Smash game, because they have not taken advantage of this yet. It's building upon that idea of collectibles, and that's trading cards. I want them to have trading cards in Smash, where the cards display different characters and items and whatever the case may be from various gaming franchises that have representation in Smash, or even don't, if you want to have some Resident Evil stuff in there.
Or Bit Trip,
yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah.
No, this is Bit Trip though. Bit Trip's great series.
And the trading cards, you could purchase like card packs in the in-game store with in-game gold, and when you open it, it's like, okay, certain cards have certain rarities, so you might get lucky and get like a super rare card, or you might just get, stuff that you already have. It's just something to do with your in-game gold, and of course you can also collect trading cards through other means, like completing in-game challenges and stuff.
Right.
And then, as for what the trading cards actually do, well, first of all, they would just look cool, I think. They could have, like, on the back of the card, they could have, like, a little, like, Smash logo with some cool, like, other designs and stuff. And maybe on the card there's, like, a little blurb talking about, like, what the thing is. And I would like it if you could give them to Amiibo to give your Amiibo certain attributes, kind of like how you can with spirits in this game, or equipment in Smash 4. Like, okay, you can give your Amiibo, like, 2 cards, and each card has, like, a different attribute attached to it. So, like, like, this card, of, like, a Hammer Bro will, like, make it so that you start matches with a hammer, or like, this card of, I don't know, Rosalina, it gives you like floaty jumps, stuff like that. I think would be really cool.
Interesting.
Possibly also have the option to use them in regular matches like you can with spirits in this game, in Ultimate.
Yeah.
Possibly have something like that, but yeah, I think trading cards would just be a really cool idea.
Yeah, so like a combination of trophies and spirits is what you're saying, pretty much.
Essentially, yes. Yeah.
I like that idea. That said, I just put down spirits come back, but now with descriptions, so...
I mean, it's the same idea, essentially. You just put, instead of having the image just floating there, you put it on a card. That's all it really is. It's just packaged differently, but I think it would lend into the idea of, like, having, like, different, like, collectibles in Smash, Like, the collectibles are actual things in real life that you can collect. You can't do that with spirits in real life. If you are doing that, then... you should probably
We're gonna have a
talk
problem.
to somebody about that. Go see a therapist or something. I don't know. Yeah, so... trading cards, what do you think?
That's a pretty good idea. I don't really, have anything else to say, because it's, one of those, it's kind of like one of those things that kind of came out of left field, and not in a bad way. It came out in a good way, because it's a really interesting idea. It's just something I didn't really, I don't really have notes on because I didn't think about it.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I just wasn't sure if you had just thoughts about it, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I liked the more practicality of spirits overall when you, because, the trophies were cool, but, like they said, they did take a lot of work. And just, the spirits just had, the practicality without, making a separate thing for equipment, or...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much the comments I have on trading cards. Epic.
Okay. Cool.
Can we get an epic in the chat, people?
Alright, so...
I better see one from you, Rand.
we are out of time. We didn't get to cover everything in this first session, but that's alright. There was a lot to cover. So next time, we will be talking about game modes some more for this hypothetical next Smash game. And maybe, possibly, if we have the time for it, getting into the roster of veterans.
Yeah,
characters.
I gotta finish that up.
Yeah, I'm definitely eager to discuss that, because I think there's going to be some interesting points made in that discussion in particular. So, all right, huge thank you to Darth Weegee for joining me, and of course to everybody who came out and watched us talk about Smash Brothers for almost 2 hours.
Yeah. Also, quick shout out to Rex for the art assets.
Yes.
Very talented artist. You can find Rex Santos on Twitter and Twitch and all that. You can find me on Twitter too. Wouldn't recommend it, but it's there if you want to see it. Join our Discords. Join our subscribe. Do all the YouTube funny stuff.
Yeah, click the red button. It makes us happy.
Yes.
I need dopamine, please.
Darth,
Dopamine's the
none of
happy
that
one.
was intelligible. It was all just noise.
Dopamine's the happy drug, right? Like the happy hormone.
Yes.
Give me dopamine, please.
Also, I think serotonin does something. I don't know.
I think serotonin's the other happy. I don't know.
Okay.
We're talking about Smash, not hormones.
Yeah.
I'm a Smasher. I don't know science. I just know angles.
I don't even know frame data. You expect me to know science?
Yeah, really.
Alright. And that'll be it from us. So,
Yes.
once again, thanks to everybody who watched, and we will see you next time.
Indeed. See you later.
Good night. Wait, no, don't. Okay, there we go.
Stop spectating.
I did stop spectating. I did that.
You
already.
did?
Yes.
Congratulations. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You picked a winner in spectate for the first time.
I
I'm so
did.
proud.
Thank you. I did not know that I hadn't done that before, but I guess I don't really use spectate very much. Actually, we didn't talk about spectate. We had it up on the screen the entire time, and not once did we say, "Oh yeah, I like spectate. We should bring that back."